As you can see now, I've completed a bunch of rows on my hat, and I'm ready to complete a brim. There's a couple different ways that you can finish your hats. This hat right here has a brim on the bottom, which is like a double thickness of the knitting stitch. This one doesn't. This is just knitted out. It doesn't have a brim, and it just naturally kind of rolls on the bottom. So you can see that's kind of a cute different way to do it too. So if you choose to do the brim on the bottom, this is how you do it. You take your hat and you place it through the center of your loom, and you grab those strings that we started out with, and you pull all of your knitting up through the top. Take your strings or strands of yarn and wrap them around the tack just so that it will hold it for a second. At the very bottom of your stitching, there's a couple different strands of really loose yarns. It's like the first little row. And you just grab each one of those and loop them up over the top of the pegs. You can see that the knitting has kind of these little arrows and lines that kind of point up through the center of each peg, and that's how you can tell you're doing it correctly. So you just kind of open it up and just place those over the top of each of the pegs so that each peg has one. After we do this, we're going to be ready to knit off. And so that shows you that this process that we're doing now takes the place of the wrapping that we were doing before, and it gives you 2 rows of yarn on each of your pegs, so you're ready to knit off again and continue knitting your hat. Be sure that each of your pegs has one of those loops on it, so that each of your pegs now has 2 rows. So now I'm just going to take my pick tool again, and I'm going to take the bottom wrap and hook it up over the top, and that's going to lock this little folded brim into place. Then once I'm done with that,